Today we're looking at President James Madison. Hello, welcome to the Daily Bellringer. Please don't forget to subscribe and take a look at the questions down in the description. James Madison was the fourth president of the United States, serving from 1809 to 1817, and was a member of the Democratic Republican Party. Standing only 5 foot 4 inches tall, he is the shortest president in U.S. history, yet one of the most dominant figures in the founding of the nation. Before becoming president, Madison was instrumental in writing the U.S. Constitution, as he is considered the primary author of the document, and as president would guide the young nation through its first invasion and military crisis. James Madison was born on March 16, 1751, in Port Conway, Virginia, the oldest of 12 children born to James Madison Sr. and his wife, Nellie Conway Madison. Madison's father was among one of the largest landowners in Virginia. At the age of 9, his family moved to a new estate named Montpelier. This would be Madison's home throughout the remainder of his life. In 1769, Madison enrolled at the College of New Jersey, which is now Princeton University, where he excelled in classical languages, philosophy, and law. He graduated in 1771 and planned on either becoming a minister or a lawyer. Madison continued his studies in law, but interestingly, never became a lawyer. Rather, he considered himself a student of the law. During the American Revolution, Madison rose to become a respected political leader. He aided in producing a constitution for the state of Virginia and creating the Virginia Declaration of Rights. He became a strong advocate for religious freedom and helped draft the Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom. During this time, he also became a close friend of the then governor of Virginia, Thomas Jefferson. In 1780, he was elected to the Continental Congress and helped in guiding the nation through the later years of the American Revolution. In 1787, Madison was selected to be a delegate to the Constitutional Convention held in Philadelphia, whose purpose was to develop a new constitution for the United States. Recognizing the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation, he championed the creation of a stronger federal government. Madison's Virginia plan laid the foundation for the new Constitution, proposing a government with 3 branches: legislative, executive, and judicial. To support the ratification or approval of the Constitution, Madison, along with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay, wrote a series of essays known as the Federalist Papers. These essays explain the principles and benefits of the new Constitution, addressing concerns that many had about the federal or central government having too much power. Madison initially believed the Constitution provided sufficient protection for individual liberties. However, many of the states demanded more protections for the rights of the citizens. When the new Constitution went into effect in March of 1789, Madison was a member of the First Congress. As a member of Congress, he drafted the first 10 amendments or changes to the Constitution. These changes were known as the Bill of Rights, which guaranteed fundamental freedoms such as freedom of speech, religion, and due process. In 1794, at the age of 43, James married Dolly Payne Todd, who was a 26-year-old widow. Together, James and Dolly never had any children, although James did adopt Dolly's son, John. Dolly would eventually become one of the most dynamic first ladies in American history. In 1801, Madison became Secretary of State under President Thomas Jefferson. During his tenure, he dealt with significant foreign policy challenges, including tensions with Britain and France. Madison's diplomatic efforts helped maintain American neutrality during the Napoleonic Wars. In the election of 1808, Madison won the nomination of the Democratic-Republican Party and easily defeated the Federalist candidate Charles Pinckney in the general election. James Madison was inaugurated as the 4th President of the United States on March 4th of 1809. During his first term in office, Madison dealt extensively with issues of foreign affairs, as the unpopular Embargo Act, which Thomas Jefferson had supported, forbid foreign trade and had recently been repealed. Additionally, conflicts with Native Americans arose as more and more American settlers began to push west. In the election of 1812, Madison narrowly defeated challenger DeWitt Clinton of New York to win a second term in office as tensions with Britain began to grow. The War of 1812 was the defining event of Madison's presidency. The conflict arose from British restrictions on American trade and the impressment, or basically kidnapping, of American sailors into the British Navy. To learn more about the causes of the war, check out my other video dedicated to that topic. Seeing no other options, in June of 1812, Madison became the first president to ask Congress for a declaration of war. In 1814, British troops marched on Washington and burned the city, including the White House. Madison was forced to flee to the countryside, but was able to maintain the government and eventually gain victory for America. The war ended in 1815 with the Treaty of Ghent. Many historians consider the War of 1812 the event that solidified the United States and established a strong sense of American patriotism, leading into the era of good feelings. After his presidency, Madison retired to his estate Montpelier in Virginia. He remained active in public life, advising his successors and writing about governmental theory. James Madison died on June 28, 1836, at the age of 85. So with that, hopefully you learned something, and thanks for watching.